get any
Full
sound?
speech! Full 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 speech! Free speech! Full speech!
It's exciting. I know, I'm looking for them right now. When the writers were on strike, I got Jason Sudeikis at 5:30 Rock. And Lau recognized me as a hat and sunglasses. He goes, that's Sudeikis. I told him off. Really? You recognized him? Lau. Oh, wow. Guess you watched Last Man on Earth. Last Man on Earth is Will Forte. So his brother was Jason, but he just spoiled the entire show. Oh, are you kidding me? All right, where did our guy go?
I got laid off the press box. That's my racket.
Was it pass interference? Or offensive interference? Great body. No. This is great. Is it on? It's gold. Why don't I turn it off and back on again? Because otherwise you get hardwire in.
Release the Epstein
I'm sort of envious.
Now, what about now?
Release the Epstein files.
Nothing? What's your
Do you
hardwire?
have any kind of steps to anything?
Who's Brad Lander?
Oh, funny.
1098-765-4321. 1098-765. Let's hardwire it.
Release the Epstein files. Release the Epstein files. Release the Epstein files.
I get the correct right here. Hey, how are you? You're going to go first.
Okay.
What's going on? First of all, tell us your name.
I'm Greg Iwinski. I'm sorry, who are you with?
Andrew Sipp from NBC. You got a lot of stations.
Oh, great,
here.
okay.
Greg,
Hi.
G-R-E-G.
G-R-E-G.
And your last name?
Iwinski is I-W-I-N-S-K-I.
Are you a writer?
I am a television writer, yes, and I was a member of the Writers Guild Council for a few years and the negotiating committee during the strike.
Okay, so tell us, what does this mean today and how unsettling is it that late night talk show hosts are facing this possibility of being taken off the air?
I mean, what's really unsettling is that Trump has essentially already done a double Nixon. Nixon took the Smothers Brothers off in 1969, and now he's done that twice.
Release the Epstein files.
Um,
Release the Epstein files. Release the Epstein files. Release the Epstein files.
I don't have
Release the Epstein files. It's in my pussy. Release the Epstein files.
So what should happen next and what do you think will happen?
Well, I think everyone is worried because the government is overreaching and they haven't in so long. They use the FCC as a crowbar to get a school job that affects one guy, the president. And I think the encouraging thing is what you see here, which is the reality of the United States is that Trump is unpopular on every issue. Every demographic. He's down with white people, with men, with women, with people with college degrees, people with only high school educations on every issue. He's not popular. This isn't popular. What he's doing isn't popular. And so when people get out on the streets and show it, it shows everyone else in New York and America and television that we are actually the majority. You know, I'm so terrified and worried about what this government is doing, but at the same time, I have so much hope because of seeing how universally the country has rejected this, seeing numbers of 70 disapprove, 80 disapprove on issues, on people, on what RFK is doing, that even with this, with taking down late night, it's very encouraging because it shows me that America doesn't want this. There's a small group of people who've consolidated power, but the American people, this is not what they want.
There are two big major conglomerates like dictating what goes on late night. How do we fix it?
I mean, there's a lot of things we could fix if we had a 1964 style election where the Democrats swept a bunch of power and then deconsolidated companies and did things like that. But I think right now we have to realize and show American people how much companies have taken over, how the consolidation has happened. I don't think the average American knows that one country controls most of the newspapers and their town newspaper. They don't know that one company runs most of the television stations. So in all of this, I think we have to educate the American people because fundamentally in America, we love freedom and independence and not my newspaper and your newspaper and every small town newspaper being run by the same one guy who likes one president.
Just talking to this guy.
Yep. We have a program happening at 5 in 2 minutes with the press, so we'll do it right over here. And 2. Hi. Oh, this is Carmen. How was that? Hey. How are you? Good to see you. So much. We're so thrilled to have you come here. We'd like to get your mic. We're going to do it in just a minute. We got a couple other people.
Should we set something up if they're going to do a program, like throw up a stand? We had one over there. And that's where we started.
Considering we were just talking about this.
Where'd that go? We got to tell that guy to do it over where we do. It's going to be a pain in the ass. Bless you. Really glad we got it.
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, but I just wanted to see if there was release the empty files. Yes, check. Could you start by saying and spelling your first and last name?
Yeah, Zach Weinstein, Weinstein.
So tell us, why is it important for you to be protesting today?
Yeah, I'm here today because
What do we want? Kimmel back! What do we want it now? What do we want? Kimmel back! What do we want it now? What do we want? Kimmel back! What do we want it now?
can you record over this?
Kimmel back! What do we want it now? What do we want? Kimmel back! What do we want it now?
here today because I'm outraged by the Trump administration's attempt to clamp down on free speech. The right to criticize people, the right to criticize the President of the United States is guaranteed by the Constitution. It's about, this country is all about. It's one of the fundamental rights that guarantees our freedom. And the Trump administration is trying to shut that down, and that's outrageous, and we have to fight back.
What does Jimmy Kimmel show represent to you?
To be brutally honest, I've never watched Jimmy Kimmel, but I'm here because of what has happened to him. Jimmy Kimmel, is just one of many people who are potentially at risk of being forced to be quiet. And again, what he represents is an attempt at criticizing the administration, criticizing President Trump, and we have a right to do that, just as we would have a right to criticize a Democratic president. This is not a partisan issue. It's not Republicans or Democrats or rights and left. This is about the fundamental freedoms that define our country. And that's why it's important for everybody to be out now when this is just starting to try and put a stop to it before it's too late, before this snowballs into an even greater, wider attempt to shut down our freedom and our freedom of expression.
What role do you think late night shows play in holding people in power accountable?
I think they are like any other responsible media, where hopefully, presumably intelligent people comment on what's happening. They comment from the right, they comment from the left. They criticize, they support. But there has to be a dialogue. There has to be discussion. There has to be analysis of what's going on, and so that people have information and can make up their own minds. And when you shut down one side, and when you threaten corporations' broadcast licenses because of the content of what they're saying, and because they are, criticizing a politician, that's completely unacceptable. It's completely un-American. You bet. I'm a filmmaker.
I'm just going to grab my monocle.
Everybody, let's bring it in. Good afternoon, Writers Guild. Good afternoon, New York Labor Union. My name is Sam Wheeler, and I have the honor of being the Executive Director of the Writers Guild of America East. I don't think I need to tell this crowd that Donald Trump is a tyrant. I don't think that I need to tell this crowd that Brendan Carr's attack on ABC and its affiliates is an assault on the First Amendment. I don't think I need to tell this crowd that ABC's capitulation to that attack is corporate cowardice at its absolute worst. What I do think I need to say, though, is that we are going to win. That's right. We are going to win. And I don't have to tell the Writers Guild that. I don't have to tell SAG-AFTRA that, because you just won a big strike in 2023. I don't have to tell New York unions that, because New York unions have built this into a union town generation after generation after generation. There are more of us than there are of them. There are more people who believe in this country than there are of them, and we are going to win. The people who need to hear this are the executives in this building, because they need to understand that this period in American life is not going to last forever. And when it's over, we are going to have some hard questions about what kind of courage you displayed in this moment. So now I'm going to turn this over to somebody who fights for our communities every day, Comptroller Brad Lander.
All right, we're out here with a message to Bob Iger. Is that right? We're going to say, bring Jimmy back. 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 Bring Jimmy back.
freedom of speech. That is a proud New York City tradition. New York is a union town. New York is a free speech town. New York is an immigrant town. I was proud to be out there yesterday along with Claire Valdez and about 100 other New Yorkers who put our bodies on the line to say we're not going to be silent while they're abducting our neighbors. And I am proud to be out here this morning with all of you to say we are not going to be silent while you try to silence freedom of speech for Jimmy Kimmel, for comedians, for news folks, or for anybody else. And you know, we talked yesterday about why that tradition New York City has of welcoming immigrant New Yorkers is a historic New York City tradition. Well, freedom of speech is a historic New York City tradition. Just about 300 years ago, a printer named John Peter Zenger opened up a printing shop. He's a German immigrant here in New York City. And the governor of New York at that time in 1734, Governor Cosby was his name, he tried to shut down Zenger's printing press and arrest Zenger. And you know what? A grand jury of New Yorkers refused to indict him because New Yorkers show up for freedom of speech. And we are continuing that tradition today. Writers Guild of America organizes to protect its workers. Let's hear it for the rights of union workers to be able to get paid for the work you do. And Writers Guild of America continues that New York City tradition strong 300 years later. That when tyrants come, and whether they're tyrants like that Governor Cosby in 1734, or they're tyrants like Brendan Carr, or they're tyrants like Donald Trump, we show up to demand freedom of speech. We will not let you erode democracy. And then when cowardly CEOs, just thinking about their own pocket, think, you know what, maybe a little sacrifice of our democracy is fine, we show up immediately to say, no effing way are you going to start firing comedians who do just what everybody in the business is supposed to do. Use satire, hold up a mirror, say what's true, communicate, do not let tyrants silence us. And that's why I'm proud to be out here with you guys this morning. It is a message to Brendan Carr, it is a message to Donald Trump, it is a message to all New Yorkers, but for today, it's mostly a message to Disney executives, including Bob Iger. You can fix this right quick and show which side you're on by doing one simple thing right now. Bring Jimmy back! 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 Bring Jimmy back!
Next we're going to hear from Assemblymember Rosenthal. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, Assemblymember Linda Rosenthal from the Upper West Side Hell's Kitchen, former home of ABC. I'm glad they're gone from the Upper West Side. Sorry this neighborhood has to deal with them. So, Stephen Colbert first. Now we have Jimmy Kimmel. We know how this road and how this story goes. This is following in the path of Hungary, Russia, Turkey, North Korea soon. We will not let it get there, will we? No! Thank you, Sam Wheeler, Writers Guild of America East. Thank you, SAG-AFTRA. Thank you, Local 802. And thank you all you for saying, not on our watch. Not on our watch. We will not sit by. We will also not watch ABC, Disney, all of those. We're not watching you. And bring Jimmy back. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. Next, I'm going to pass the bullhorn to Assemblymember Valdez.
Hello, good morning. My name is Claire Valdez. I'm an its workers, like it's doing right now by selling out its students, by selling out its faculty, by selling out its workers against the Trump administration. It is the workers' jobs to have the spine. And so I'm proud to be here with WGA, with Writers Guild, standing for the workers who are in the front lines against the fascist takeover that is Donald Trump's administration. Because they are coming after our workers. Whether you're a foreign worker upstate trying to organize for immigrants' rights and fair wages, they are coming after them. They're coming after our immigrant neighbors here and deporting them and retaliating them for organizing for the lives that we deserve. They're coming after our members who are speaking truth to power and exercising the free speech rights that we all hold dear. This is the fight that the labor movement is built for. And so I'm so proud to be here with you all on the picket line. This does not end today. It probably won't end tomorrow. We will be out here again and again as long as it takes because workers deserve it all. Solidarity forever.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce Councilmember Carmen de la Rosa.
Hello, Writers Guild. Hello, SAG-AFTRA. I'm Councilmember Carmen de la Rosa, and I'm your labor chair in the City Council. Is labor in the house? Woo! Always and forever in solidarity with our siblings in labor. Let me say this. We know what corporate greed looks like. We know what an affront to democracy looks like. And this is the perfect example of what happens when those two things combine to silence democracy. We are sending a message loud and clear to Disney, ABC, and all the other corporate CEOs that are looking to take advantage of the working press here in New York City. We value the free press. We value free speech. And we will not be silenced by CEOs sitting in a C-suite that do not understand what it means to be real New Yorkers who leave our houses every single day to do what we love, to speak what we feel, and to protect democracy. I'm here because it is important for us to stand together in this moment and send a clear message that we will not bow to and we will not be cowards in the face of fascist. Let me tell you this. I stood with the Writers Guild and SAG-AFTRA just a year ago. And we won big. Because New York City is a labor town. And that means that in addition to bringing Jimmy Kimmel back, those jobs that are lost when CEOs decide to silence us must also come back. And I also want to give a shout out to the daily news workers who in this moment are also striking against a venture capital company who is gutting newsrooms across this city. Let me be clear, it is one fight. One fight for workers and one fight for democracy. And we will stand with you and we will win. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. I'd now like to introduce the member of our Writers Guild of America East Council, Liz Hines.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. And I just want to give a quick shout out to our newly elected president, Tom Fontana. This is an amazing turnout. It's really heartening to see. I also just want to let everyone know that we will be flyering here to the audiences that come to ABC shows 9:15 this Monday. We hope a lot of you will come out and join us again. Because despots are not created, they don't come out of nowhere, they are enabled. And so every single inch that we cede to an autocrat is an inch ceded by cowards. Donald Trump is not a wise or brave them do this. And corporations cannot be trusted to not bend the knee. Not every politician is Brad. Not every politician can be trusted to not bend the knee. So it is organized labor that remains the best and only antidote to fascism. Solidarity forever. Freedom of speech for all. Thank you so much.
If I can now bring up another one of our members, late night writer and friend, Greg Gawinski.
Hi. I found out I was giving a speech about 3 seconds ago, but look, we can waste a lot of time talking about the hypocrisy of MAGA, but you can't be a hypocrite if you don't have any values. They have one value, it's power. They have power, they're exercising it through the FCC, they're exercising it through impoundments, they're exercising it through the Supreme Court. Whatever they can, they're exercising power. In the same way that the Writers Guild and SAG and IATSE and all of us stood together and won a strike before, we can only win this the same way, power. Brendan Carr said that the reason this is happening is because so many people were calling the affiliates saying, I'm disgusted, I hate this, how can this be on TV? He's lying. But what isn't a lie is that we will tell our members, our fans, and our audiences to call those same affiliates. To tell those affiliates that freedom of speech is mandatory if we are going to watch their channels, if we are going to support their networks, if we are going to subscribe to their streaming services. They must support freedom of speech if we are going to support them. So stay strong, keep your power, call your affiliates, do not give up. We are going to win.
When we fight! When we fight! When we fight! When we fight!
Can you hear me? Well, we want the fascists to hear us too.
I'm Assemblymember Tony Simone. I represent Hell's Kitchen, Chelsea, some of the west side of Central Park West, Times Square, a really cool district. I'm here, I would have been here yesterday, but the fascists arrested some of my colleagues and I, with our great leader Brad Lander and my assembly colleagues, trying to protect our immigrant neighbors and constituents, and even, I was there also for my family. My mom is Latina from Peru, and for my cousins, too, who are undocumented and living in fear right now. But today, we're here on a different fight. I want to thank the unions who are here, the Writers Guild. We need you in this fight. You were there in the past when this happened to us, and it's happening again too quickly. The red alert is now. Tell the Democratic Party, my colleagues who think writing a letter is not enough anymore. We may need to shut down the government. We need a national strike. We can't follow the old playbook anymore. We need to talk to these corporate bosses, many of them who are friends with the demagogue in the White House, and these tech bros that we're coming for you. Because I know you're coming for us. We are one nation. We should respect everyone's opinion. Freedom of speech is essential to who we are as Americans. And just because you're a weak little fool of a man and you don't like criticism, too bad, because you're going to get more and more every day. And we're going to grow in numbers. And I want a message specifically, lastly, to colleagues on the other side of the aisle. Is this the America you want? Do you want to be silenced when we're in power? We're not going to do that because we don't believe in that. We believe in freedom of speech, in freedom to read, in freedom to assemble, in a freedom to be an immigrant, a freedom to make this nation a working class nation, not ruled by oligarchs. And like I've said before in the past, when you come for one of us, you come for all of us.
Thank you, everybody. Now I get to hand the bullhorn over to Brad Hyman Siegel. Thank you.
so much. I'm State Senator Brad Hoylman Siegel. I represent the west side of Manhattan. Any West Siders here? From the Stonewall Inn, the birthplace of the modern LGBTQ human rights movement, all the way up to West 103rd, or as I like to think of it, from the gay bars to Zay bars. And maybe all of Manhattan. Thank you. Brad Lander. You know, obviously what happened last week was a tragedy in the assassination of an American political figure. And we all recognize that. Isn't that right? Yes. But at the same time, we don't use tragedies as political opportunities. Am I right about that? Yes. And that's exactly what Jimmy Kimmel was saying on his late night talk show host. You know, it was Mel Brooks, no less, who said, "The only weapon I've got is comedy." And he's right. And Mel Brooks also said something else, which is why the far right fears the comedian. He said, if you stand on a soapbox and trade rhetoric with a dictator, you're going to get nowhere. But if you can bring him down with laughter, he can't fight back. And that's exactly what they fear. They fear thoughtful, hysterical comedy. And that is where we are today. But it's not just about comedy and ideas. We know, standing behind us, it's about the dollar. We know it's about the fact that Nexstar has a $6.1 billion merger that is on the desk of Brendan Carr, and that corporate bigwigs are desperate to get that across the finish line. Well, we know what's more important than that, which is our First Amendment. Am I right about that? So I am proud to stand here with the Writers Guild, with all the writers who make our days what they are, because it is important that we have free expression. It is incredibly, incredibly important that we stand up, not just for comedy, but for freedom of expression, for everyone who stands up. For Jimmy Kimmel, I say thank you. Let's make certain that Bob Iger and ABC hear us loud and clear. Bring back Jimmy Kimmel. Bring back Jimmy Kimmel. Bring back Jimmy Kimmel. Bring back Jimmy Kimmel. Thank you very much.
Thanks everybody. Last but certainly not least, Councilmember Eric Botcher.
ABC, grow a spine. ABC, grow a spine. ABC, grow a spine.
Hi everyone, my name's Eric Botcher. I represent this neighborhood in the New York City Council, including ABC, and I am here for the same reason that you are here, because we love our country. You can't say that you love our country if you're willing to tear up our Constitution. You can't say you love our country if you're willing to tear up the First Amendment, to cast it aside. When the Constitution was being drafted, Thomas Jefferson was in Paris, and he wrote to James Madison because he was concerned that the Constitution was not going to include a Bill of Rights. And he specifically mentioned the right to free speech, citing the fact that government tyranny would be unchecked if there was not a right to free speech, if there was not a free press and freedom of expression. And initially, James Madison, he later said that he had not initially thought a Bill of Rights necessary, but they included it for those reasons. And that is one reason why our country, our democracy, has persisted against all odds for 250 years. If the conservatives, they claim to lionize our founding fathers, to lionize the Constitution. Meanwhile, what they're doing, our founding fathers, the people who created our democracy, would be horrified by what is doing, would be horrified by what is happening. So we are here today to stand up and say that we are not going to stand for the trampling of our Constitution, the trampling of our Bill of Rights, and the trampling of our First Amendments. That is not who we are. That is not who we've been. And if we have anything to say about it, that is not who we will become as a country. There's a book out now by Randy Weingarten, the head of the American Federation of Teachers. That book is called Why Fascists Fear Teachers. You know what else fascists fear? Writers! Late night talk show hosts. So let's go out and win this fight and draw a line in the sand. And what's going to help make that happen is if ABC grows a spine and stands up. ABC, grow a spine. ABC, grow a spine. ABC, grow a spine.
Thank you, everybody. We're going to keep marching for a little bit. We're going to have a good time. I think the band's going to play for a little while longer. Thank you to our friends legislators, too. Thank you to all of the elected officials who came out to stand with us today. When we fight! We win! When we fight! We win! When we fight! We win! All right, let's go. Thanks.
Did you just rent him for an hour? Come on! Gabby's on strike. Take it. Gabby, I'm so sorry. We barely knew you.
Excuse me, folks. Can I come through here and set up?
Thank you. What's your name? Oriana.
didn't see any. I don't think I was looking close enough. You ever watch the show Marky? Yeah. That is the fun thing about it. Like when they were on strike a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe you'd like to speak to one more person.
He went up there next.
Just a member. Okay, sure. Sorry, you got an actor, so I'm like, microphone, I'll do.
Look at Jenna.
Yeah, you can look at. It's important for us to stand up together and to fight against censorship. The First Amendment says that the government does not have the right to come in and tell me what I can and cannot write and perform and so on. And this is the government putting its thumb on the scale. It's not, oh, I didn't like it, so it got canceled because people don't like it. It got canceled because somebody's got $1 billion deal on the table. And that's wrong. That's wrong. And if we don't stand up now, we cede the space to them. We're saying it's okay. Absolutely holds power accountable. It makes people, comedy makes people think. It is, as Brad Hoylman said earlier, when Mel Brooks said, you can stand on a soapbox and argue points with a tyrant, it's not going to do anything. But if you make people laugh, and you laugh at the absurdity and the absolute outrageousness of things, that makes people think.
What does the show mean to you personally?
Personally, I think it means that there's a lot of people working, a lot of people in my industry who have jobs, and every time a show gets canceled, it's not just the star that gets canceled. It's the crew, it's the writers, it's a lot of other people who are mom and pops, who are taking care of their kids, who aren't going to be able to put food on the table. It means jobs. You're welcome. Sure, my first name is Sue, S-U-E. My last name is Birch, B-E-R-C-H. I'm an actor. You're welcome. And make sure it's B-E, because let me tell you, there are 2 Sue Birches with an I who also act.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. You're not a nerdy writer. No. It's funny. Because, like, the woman, she was running the event yesterday. And at the very end, she goes, "You want to help out?" And she goes down this kind of, like, short list, and it's like, "Oh, anyone wants, like, cookies?" Or, like, what happened to him? Like, kind of funny. It was just the kind of... No, that sure is. Really? Yeah, he got a raw deal. At some point soon.
Yeah, I told Andrew. Hi, buddy. Say hello to them. Yeah, I could have sworn they said, you know who we're afraid of?
But it's a new location.
And I was like, what?
100%. Yeah, no problem.
You did a good job without that plate, though. And then you had it good with the bunch, and then it's like, oh, no, we got to go off the shoulder, and you're like, oh, you got that bunchy down there? Yeah, because he's got the other plate on the bottom of the camera. I've done it. Take care. Enjoy the weekend, you little freak.
Andrew, I'll see you at the
All right,
end.
John,
Probably.
take care. Yeah.
You too. Have a good weekend.
Thank you for coming out. Really appreciate you being here. Hope you got some good stuff.
Sure, man. Yeah, got it.